Hey friends, how are you? I'm on a minute early just to make sure everything's up and running. Let's see if it pops up. Hello, hello. Yep, it's Monday. Let's see who joins us. It'll pop up. Take a big deep breath. Breathe it in, breathe it out. It's Monday. I will wait till it's 10 o'clock and then we'll get started. I got a whole bunch of stuff down here. Well, it's 10 o'clock, so I'm going to get started. It just takes forever to get up live, doesn't it? So if you hop on, say hello, tell me where you're from. I'd love to know. We've had some new friends join us, so I would really like to hear from them so I know where they're from, what they do, what's their creativity, or just to enjoy. So that's just great. Let me get that light out of the way, huh? Yep, it's Monday. How many had a hard time getting up this morning? I have a son who got a new teaching job, and it's nice to hear from him in the morning that I know he's up and ready to go. He made a comment today. I'm not sure who's more nervous, me or the new freshman. How many? Do you remember that day? Do you remember being those first time in high school or whatever? Oh my gosh, right? So remember, if you pop on, let me know you're here. It's taken a good old time getting up on the computer, but I know we're live. So if I don't answer you right away, I will answer you later. Let's just get out and start back in again. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. And there we are. See, that's what we got to do sometimes. Adjust the technology. So, good morning, good morning. We are going to make little tidbits of art this morning. Little inspiration. How many have ever made an altered trading card? It's just a little bit of little card, and you can decorate it however you want. And you can give them to people. They're trading cards, so you could trade them back and forth. I use them a lot as little inspiration cards to give people, just to share. We've had a few in our shop. I think we need to restock and redo. So the folks that are my creatives, I got to get them busy. Yeah, they need to start creating more. And they love doing that. So if you like these, let me know and we'll start making more. So I'm going to turn the camera down. I thought today we would work on fine motor skills, a little cognitive planning. We call it perceptual skills, but just putting it all together. And really, most important, let's just have some fun. All right. So let me turn the camera down a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we are. Yeah. Whoops. Little, there we go. Okay, so I thought I would show you how to make a little card like this today. Now, we have a whole bunch of supplies over here. I never know in what direction it'll take us. So if you have some questions along the way, let me know. And I'm just going to show you my thought process for today, but that doesn't mean you have to do it exactly like I do. You make it your own, of course, always. So first of all, I had, as you know, we've made lots of papers. So I thought, let's use up some of these papers. Okay, now, so I've cut a bunch of strips that we're going to use, but I'm going to show you what I did is I just took extra papers that I had and I just created strips. I used my paper cutter here to make the strips. And you know what? I'm not even measuring. I'm thinking it's kind of fun having them all different sizes of the strips. So when we think about fine motor skills, we have to really work on this. So you could help somebody do this. You could have your hand over it. Someday I'm going to modify and adapt this tool to put like a knob or something. I haven't done that yet. And I have to figure that out. I got to use my engineering skills to do that, because that's what occupational therapists do. Okay, so that's what we do to get started. We can cut it. But you know what? What if you don't have a paper cutter? You know, scissors will work just fine. And if there's somebody that you work with that likes to cut with scissors, go ahead. And then you're like, well, what size strips? Well, we can always, let's see. What about our friction pen? We could mark it on there and they could cut along the line, and then you just heat it up and the line disappears. So if they go off the line, it's not a big deal at all. All right, so that's what we do to get started. So I've started a few here just to save a little bit of time, and I was just playing around, you know, because it's fun to see what's going to happen. All right, so I put the red ones down that I had cut from my paper, and I put a little tape up here to hold it still. You don't have to do that, but I just did that to make it maybe a little easier so it doesn't go all over the place. And then I have my pink strips, and I'm going to start weaving. Yeah, I'm going to start weaving it. And so remember, over, under, which is a great skill to work on, huh? We got to work on that in fine motor. So this one, I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over. And you know what? It's totally okay to talk to yourself. Totally. To remind yourself. Now, I'm leaving these kind of long. You could move them over and start here, but since these are all scraps, I'm just going to do it. And then when I cut these off, we'll save those for something else. So let me grab another one. This one might be a little too wide for this project, but it would be okay for another one. Whoop, see, under, over, under, over, under. Now, if you have somebody that might not have the fine motor skills to do this, we're going to talk about a few other ways, but they could be giving you the verbal prompts to letting you know over, under, and some of my friends are great at giving instructions. They might have limited fine motor skills, but a few of my friends really like being in charge. So that would be an awesome job for them. And it's not being critical of them at all. It's just what they like to do. So we got to support them in being the boss, because they like being the boss. All right, got that. Now we got to go under, over, under, over. Am I doing this right, friends? And you know what? If you made an oops, it's not a big deal because it's just art. And we're going to be covering up some of this anyway. So if afterwards you say, oh no, I messed up, there are no messing ups. Because it's all creative and it's all unique. So this one is over, under. And if you see me doing anything, just ask a question that you want more clarification on. It's quite all right. Let's do a few more here. Okay, so the cards we're using today, and I'm going to show you, this is a little heavier card. This is comic board. Board. So you can get it. I usually get it on Amazon, but it's thicker and it's, it doesn't bend. You could use whatever, but I had a lot of this, so this is what I grabbed. You could use cardboard. So I'm just going to see, this is probably a good size. So I'm going to tighten this weave up a bit. And I am going to, I don't know, let's just leave some of that open. That'll be fun. So I'm going to grab my Mod Podge, or you could use glue, whatever, to cover it up so it helps stick together. So I have that over here, and I had been using, so I kept my brush a little damp in a baby wipe, so I didn't have to keep washing in between. So I'm just gonna put a little here just to get it going, and I'm gonna dry this off so then we can cut it out. I'm gonna dab it on a bit so it doesn't move my strips. Like so. Let's move this back over until it dries, huh? And you could rearrange them as you want. Okay, I'm going to get my dryer. I'm going to dry this off. Everybody hear me okay? I hope so. I don't think we have anybody on yet. But that's okay. A lot of friends watch it on the replay. Okay. All right, I can undo the tape. I'm gonna take the tape off. And if a little rips off, it's no big deal, okay? Really. No worries, no frets. We're gonna, see, and we're gonna leave that on because it's glued. And we're gonna just put some of this Mod Podge on here. I'm gonna hold it up so it doesn't stick to me. And I'm gonna dry this off. Sorry, am I shaking the table? since it got Mod Podge, it's still a little sticky. I'm going to set this one aside for a minute. We'll come back to that. I have one that's already dry, and we can work on this one. Okay, so let's do a little decorating. Let's put it on the card, and let's see what happens. All right, so if you're worried about the size, we could just glue it right on here, and then we can trim it off. And I think that's what we should do. So I am going to get some of my, I'm just going to use my tacky glue. Let's see if it'll come out of here. Sometimes these get, nope, it's coming out. Sorry if I get quiet when I'm creating. Sometimes I'm not doing much talking. Okay. And then let's glue this on top of it. And this is quick dry tacky glue, so let's hopefully it dries quickly so we can keep creating. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over and push down the back, and then I'm going to trim this off. Okay, let's just get our scissors out. Let's just trim off the edges. Look at all these fun little tidbits that we can use again. And you guys doesn't have to be. So here's the front of our card. Doesn't that look kind of cool? Now, I was thinking, you know, if you don't want to do weaving and you cut up all these little pieces, look, you could take your Mod Podge and we could put the Mod Podge on here. And we could just put these pieces on, like we're decoupaging them on. And you could mix them up any which way you want. Let's see. So that's just another option. If you didn't want to, you could even do this with the scraps of paper and not even cut it with the paper cutter. And I got the green. Just keep going. Okay, so there's just another option. I like to give you choices. I like to give my friends choices too. They might get frustrated when they're trying to weave, and you could say, it's okay, let's try something different. So I'm going to set that aside. Okay, let's see if our other one, I think that's dried. So let's get a card and let's glue this on. Get my tacky glue. So we have two that we can work on this morning. Man, I need somebody with strong hands to squeeze this glue out. There we go. All right. Let's put this one on. And you could have even colored the background a bit if you wanted. I didn't this time. but you could even put other paper underneath. That's totally up to you. Okay, so let's trim this. Look at all these fun pieces we have. Well, good morning, Deborah. I just saw that you were on. Good morning, good morning. How's my friend this morning? I hope you're well. Thought you were on vacation. It is later morning, so that's good. Well, I'm not sure. You're in a different time zone. Or are you on? I never know. Some of my friends live in different time zones, and I get a bit confused what time it is, where they are. All right, so there's our other one. Didn't that turn out good? I think these turned out good. So we have two, remember, we have all these pieces that we can use. Okay, so let's decorate these. You're like, how should we decorate them? I don't know. How should we decorate these? Say we have a couple friends, or we have a grandson, a nephew, a family member that's starting school, and wouldn't this be great to just stick this in their lunchbox, a little tidbit to give them a little inspiration? So what should we do? I think we should do some stamping on here. So I have some stencils and I have some stamps, and we could use this stamp, and let's grab some of my chalk ink and let's just play, okay? I'm gonna put a little ink on this. And remember, this is not big time art. So if there's smudges by the stamp, it's okay. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, so see how I got a little on there? I think that looks pretty good. Let's put a little more. Should we use a different stamp? Why not, right? I found these at on the closeout aisle at a store. And so that was great. I love it when I can get things cheap to play with. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, and you could stop right there and then. Let's see, can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, see how that? So it just adds a little oomph. Okay, now remember my chalk ink. I'm gonna just do some around the edges to give a little color around the edges. Now, you could use different color. I just grabbed this one. There's so many choices. All right. So, should we do some stamping on this one too? Why not? And let's just use this stamp. It's a big stamp. And I'm going to get my big pad. Might be easier for people to use this. Let's set that aside. And I'm going to take my ink pad, my stamp, and let's see if I got ink on it. I don't know, maybe this ink pad is getting dry, but we'll see. I'll rub it around. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. Let's just do, oh, we get a little. I don't know, let me see. Yeah, it seems pretty dry. Might have to rejuvenate it a bit, but there it goes. Of course, I get it on my finger. Of course, not where we want it to go, huh? Okay, so we got a little fun stamp on there. Now I'm gonna get a wipe. Always keep these wipes close by. Gonna have to use some good old-fashioned soap and water afterwards. But let's get a little bit of this off. But it just shows that I'm being busy, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to dry that off a little bit because the ink. Okay. Now, we're going to have to seal this really good when we're done because a few pieces are coming up, but that's okay. This was a coffee filter that I colored using, like, I dripped some watered down paint and then ironed it. So I thought this would be, I don't know, let's see. What do you think? Do you think that would look good? I'm not sure if I like it on there. Let's try, I have this pinky color. Oh, this might look good on this one. I think we're going to put one of these on here. I think that looks better. That's just my choice, remember? My choice. All right, so I'm going to, so you can keep layering and layering however you want. Plus now I get to fix that piece that was coming up. And then we'll put this on here and then we can trim it off. Just add a little, just a little whimsy. Let's see, let's cover the whole thing. Yeah, I like the pink better too. But to each his own, right? And everybody gets to... Now see, one of my friends loves green. So I could probably... We can decorate that one a bit too. Let's see what else we got over here. I don't know, maybe we'll do some more stencil. Let me dry that off. But you could do that for another one. Okay, I'm going to trim this off. Let's put some washi tape on this one. Let's see what I got. Oh, I have lots. But let's see what I got. I grabbed some. Let's see what... I have some gold ones here. I don't know. Let's try this one. I gotta find the end. That might be kind of fun. Okay, now I'm gonna use my glue because I find that it needs a little help sticking. Let's just... I'm going to spread this out almost like a sealer as well, huh? I'm going to cut this off. Should we use those pieces on there too? We can just put them anywhere. Let's go up and down on one. That one there. And like some of the stuff might not even show when we're done, depending on how many layers you put on. And that's okay. That's what collage is all about. It's kind of fun to look back and see, whoops, we gotta let that dry, to see what comes up. All right, I think that looks pretty fun on there. All right, now, while we're here, let's figure out what message we should put on these. And we can keep decorating. You could keep decorating. But for today, let's just finish here. So I have a few. Let's see if this fits. I am intelligent and focused. And you know what? We could do it this way too. And I grabbed a couple of these. It says, I am successful. I am intelligent and focused. And then for this pink one, how about this one? Follow your heart, so loved. I think those will be good. Yeah, let's put those on. I am successful. Isn't this good to even tell us that as we're doing these little affirmations, especially for a Monday? I am successful. I am intelligent and focused. Who needs that reminder today? Do you know of anybody who might need that reminder? Let's put this one on there. Follow your heart, so loved. Especially in these first days of a school or start of a new job, how much doubt you have inside, or, you know, some of my friends, some of them are starting new day programs, meeting new people, and that could be a little tug on your heart. You need that little extra hug and oomph. All right, I'm gonna seal these one more time with the Mod Podge, and then we'll dry it. And I think they'll be good. If there's something else you think we should do, let me know. If not, we could just leave them like that. And if you make other ones, they can be more elaborate. But these are just simple little fun messages to give somebody. If you see somebody struggling when you go to the lunch table, or how about even when you're out, if somebody stops at a fast food restaurant and if you have one that says keep going, or, you know, job well done, and especially when it's a busy time. Oh, they're working so hard. All of our friends are working so hard, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to dry these. And I might make a few more today. You know, I didn't do anything to the back. You always can. I might put a little stamp on the back. Maybe, for me, I might put my website or something back here so people know who this is. Or you could say, created by, or you can leave it really totally blank, because it could be a surprise little card and they don't have to know. You could do it just out of being kind. Because this one's you make this world a beautiful place. Have patience. We all need that, especially today on a Monday. How many had a hard time, like I said, getting going this morning? No, it's just so. Let's say these together again. Follow your heart. So loved. And tell yourself, I am successful. I am intelligent and focused. Pretty important message, don't you think? All right, my friends, I might clean up my space a little bit. Maybe not. I'll post pictures later, and especially if I make some more. I get started on these, and I don't want to stop sometimes. But they turned out pretty good. They're simple, easy. Use up scraps. Learn a new skill, weaving, paper, or just sticking them on. Remember we started this one? I'm going to finish this one when I get off. That way we have another one. Using up my scraps. How many have extra pieces of paper around? So, all right, friends. Join me again next Monday. I'll check it out, right? And we'll see. Is that Labor Day already? Well, we'll still go live. I'll just post something. If I don't go live, I'll put up a little video, okay? But I haven't quite decided what we're going to do in September. I got a few ideas. I got to decide that. Maybe I'll let my friend Joe help me decide that, what we're going to do. He's working on a big art piece. I can't wait to keep sharing that with you guys. He's not coming this week, but next week for sure. And then I do have a vacation planned in September, so there might be a couple days that we don't meet, but maybe I'll record something for you. So, all right. Everybody, get out of here. Have a great day. Happy Monday. Make it a great Monday. See you later, friends. Bye.